Right, welcome to your reading. Let's see what comes through. My name is Alicia. For anyone that's new, I'm Oracle, Diviner, Seer. They're all basically, it's the same name. I do use Tarot as my favorite medium, but there's other tools that I like using, which you have access to, or when you become a Patreon member. So yeah, this is a funnel, you know, like I did my 3 years of free readings, and you know, I simply follow guidance. So this is a funnel at the end of the day, and if that bothers you, you're not at the right place, because this will be like you get in some insight here, but the real work is within Patreon. So this is a funnel. I will keep repeating that in every reading, that yeah, if you want to have access to the real work, you will have to pay for it, just like you pay for anything that is of quality. There's I don't know how many channels or readers that, you know, replicate, siphon, and do like some surface level shit that you can go there, you know, kind of like a knockoff version of what I do. But I'm not gonna keep underselling the work that I do offer, because I know the value of it. So if that bothers you, you're really not at the right place. I understand there's been changes as well. Like I go through my own upgrades, you know, I learn things just like anyone else, and it's a journey for me as well. So, you know, some fall off the bandwagon, and that's fine. I have mentioned that many times before. But the time and the era of just leeching off my work is pretty much over. So if you want quality work and you're committed to your path, and you would love to be part of a container where that gets amplified, your commitment, you're also valuing someone whose work is forged by bloodline. You know, I never had to learn the cards or study the cards. I just remembered the work because it got activated. So, you know, that's just how it is. And I have been guided to set up a container where you have exclusive offers. You get offers to work with me one-on-one. You get offers to work in a group container. Like, it's all pretty new still, but it's very powerful work, and you're more than welcome to become a part there. So we are going to do a reading. I'm just going to see how long I feel. Like, this is just, I just read on here when I'm in the mood to do it. The Patreon is my absolute priority. But on here I just come because I do love my work and I love reading, and when I'm in the mood I'll just put one out. But it is a funnel. I am using it as a funnel, that it attracts and goes to the right people who have been seeking exactly someone like me out. And then you can check in with yourself if you feel like, yeah, Patreon is exactly what I've been seeking out. Like, that is a blessing, an answered blessing, and I'm willing to invest. And you're not only investing and valuing my work, you're also investing in yourself. So anyway, we have that out of the way. And like I said, I am in the mood for the reading for you right now. So we'll just see how far it goes. I have the Six of Wands as an underlying energy. It's a Five of Wands. So I'm just seeing someone being chased down, like kind of like by a mob. It always makes me smile when I tap into this type of energy, because it's exactly that. Like, imagine how powerful you need to be if you've got a group of people coming up against you, like watching you, trying to analyze you, decipher, well, what are they doing, where they at. Like, this is an energy of having people obsessed with you, and not just lightly obsessed, like literally obsessed. And it's hollow vessels. You know, I do attract sovereign beings to this channel, meaning you are self-sourced, you carry codes that cannot be replicated. And that is why the Patreon, there will be a sanctum to you if you come with the right intentions. But my latest reading there already, I noticed that I cannot micromanage that, because also there's people There's people becoming a part of Patreon that are just there to fucking, track and try to figure out how I do what I do. And I can't micromanage that, but the content in itself ricochets that energy back. So I'm just telling you this, that some of you have similar sets up in that way, that you may have experienced that, or you are experiencing that still, or you are picking up on not just people being literally like being obsessed with you because you carry something that cannot be replicated. And there's, mimicry is a big topic, which was already part in the last reading, because what is happening now is that these false empires are crumbling. So they're getting a lot of backlash. And some that don't, that it's that saying, like some, especially that are not tuned in or don't understand what it means to work with forces that are unseen to the eye and that are backing you up. And some of you have been backed up by said forces ever since you were born, like since you were put here, because what you're meant to be achieving, what you're meant to be doing in this world is worth protecting. But of course, some either don't believe in this, or they think it's all like a joke, and what you do I can do easily as well, until they try it and then they get frustrated because it doesn't work that way. They don't have access to anything, they're not connected to source, they're not connected with below, like, and then of course obsession starts breeding. It's just important that you keep pushing, because there's gonna always be attacks and like diversions trying to divert you from your path, and you just got to keep pushing. And the way I'm seeing it, it's getting easier, like wherever you are at right now, it's getting easier to do that. So there may be little like setbacks or little like, I'm just seeing it in a sense like just pulling you back at your hair, but you now have the tools to fight it. And of course fighting in this case this is all like on unseen levels. And that's why, I don't say either that I'm an oracle or a seer for nothing. Like, I do work exactly with that. And I didn't choose to. At first, I just got initiated. And then the initiations went deeper, because apparently I could carry the work that I'm meant to be carrying in this lifetime. And I'm only speaking about this because you as well are going through certain initiations. But the thing is, when people are obsessed with you, or they're like, I want to be like him or her, I want to study them and find out what they're doing, they don't realize that they're calling certain things into their lives that they're not built to carry. So they might get initiated into the same fires, because some forces will be like, all right, bet you want to live their life, well, let's see if you can go through what they've went through. And that's how you can literally call death onto you. And I'm not, like, this is not a joke. Some initiations can't be carried by everyone because you would literally die. So just be aware of what you wish for is pretty much the message here. And also, this is a public channel, so this, again, I'm very aware that I just attract from left to right. I attract anything onto this channel that watches. And it doesn't faze me as much as it might have, where I constantly feel like, oh, I do too. I'm protected in itself. The frequencies protect me in itself, because some will literally not get anything from this. It will just be like a whiteboard or blackboard, and the ones that is tuned for, it's like a frequency, it's like a radio frequency you tune into. And you will also be the ones that feel most pulled to Patreon, because you already can feel that you're going to get something out there, you're going to get something within this container, within that container, that you can't get elsewhere. And trust me, people try dilute what they see on here and make it a little bit more palatable, and package it a little bit more like less intense and less But ultimately, it can't be replicated. Nothing on it can be replicated. None of the codes can be replicated or copied. And if you do, and if you try, you literally just curse yourself. And again, this is not a joke. I'm not joking. I have warned many people before, and they didn't fucking listen. And then, you know, things start going haywire. Have no consciousness level to even don't have the consciousness level to understand that with certain people you don't mess with. Because you don't know who and what they're backed up. You don't know what they're backed up on. And I have you know, this is where it can get, depending how you see it, whether it's oh, this is just a natural cleanup system. It just helps, definitely, to what already came through. If you have multiple people coming up against you, it means they can't take you down one by one. So what does that say about you, and what does that say about them? So yeah, I'm just seeing here as well, you know, some of the disappointments that you have experienced. There's some of you, or whoever I'm reading for right now, you've literally been poisoned. You've been poisoned by beings, or they tried poisoning you in any way possible, whether it's through thought transmission, trying to get you to think a certain way about you, trying to get you doubt your abilities and what you've come here to do, trying to get you spirit. That's why we talk about spiritual warfare. It comes in many different shapes and forms. But these people that are spewing the venom, what do they do when the venom gets spewed back to them? When it mirrors back, when it ricochets back into their life, what do they do with it? Because most can't handle it. It's like when you meet someone who's so ready to dish it out, but then when it gets sent back, they don't know what to do with it. And that's exactly what I'm picking up on here. That's exactly what you can apparently expect with some of these people that try poisoning you. It's getting ricocheted back. They're literally experiencing their own downfall. They're spiritually numbed out. They have no backup. They have no protection. They now have to deal with unseen forces, and they have no understanding of what to do. And that's why I'm very transparent about not being a fucking love and light channel, because I don't feed into that. I believe that there are consequences. People learn and grow through consequences. And if you go around spewing hate and venom on an individual that has pure intentions, you know, what do you expect? But this is where the indoctrination of false love and light can keep exactly those individuals that do have pure intentions. It keeps those dim and suppressed, and, you know, forgive everyone. And no, that's not how it works, especially not if, in my case, I'm in service to truth. And truth is not really, you can't have an opinion, either it's the truth or it's not. You can't have an opinion on that, really. And the truth can be cutting. And that's what I'm saying. Certain individuals and certain beings and clusters and group settings, they live on lies. So yeah, when someone comes in and reflects back and mirrors back the truth of what is actually going on, that in itself can combust the whole ass structure from within. It's like a massive bomb. So yeah, it must be a part of you may have been a truth speaker, or you stand for truth as well, because that's the only explanation that I can chant for me, that this message comes through this way, is that I'm speaking to someone that definitely, if not in this lifetime, there's been patterns of you being hunted down for being a truth speaker, for standing in for truth, even if it costs you your life. So yeah, this is the era where illusions are being, there's so long people can build on top of the lies until it just fucking combusts from within out, and people start seeing the rot, the decay, whatever they were building on gets amplified, especially if then they're confronted with someone who's on that playing field, not even on that playing field, above that playing field, where you just get the consequences of what you send. You know, it's not even about you just get mirrored back what you send out, and then you have to deal with your own venom and your own rot and your own poison, and that's what's going to be a tough pill for some of you, because you literally will not be able to carry it. Like, it will destroy some of you. And that is what we call justice. That is a part of justice, because you will then have to carry the weight of what you literally sent out, thinking you were doing something, pulling little group chats together and like getting your buddies in on one. You don't always know. Like, this is also when the predator turns prey. This is that exact energy, and we see that happen in Animal Kingdom. So me reading this, I'm not one to feel sorry for any of you motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. You called this into your own life, so you're gonna deal with the weight. I, for one, fall asleep peacefully. I fall asleep peacefully knowing that I didn't get to where I am by hoodwinking people, lying, speaking ill on other people. You know, I deserve everything that is coming in. I deserve everything I've built, because I did it with pure intentions, and that's what is getting ricocheted back to me right now, and that's what's getting amplified. So, you know, it doesn't faze me, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me to see that as other is your choices being reflected back, ultimately. But yeah, that's where the love and light indoctrination is a big ass lie in itself, I'm telling you. And I'll let you sit with that a bit if you're not quite sure what that means, and or if it does like resonate on some level, you can think about joining Patreon. But this is as far as I want to go in this reading. Yeah, as always, this will find who it needs to, for sure. And I'll see in the coming days how I feel about another reading. Bye.